Hi, I'm Sam Thurgan and welcome to my 2-minute Parsha. In this week's Sidra of Mattot-Masei, we have the intricate negotiations between the tribes of Reuven and Gad and Moshe and the Jewish people. In that Reuven and Gad want to replace their designated heritage in the land of Israel proper with the territories of Sichon and Og in what is in modern-day Jordan. And they say to Moshe, we want to take here. And Moshe says, what, are you going to stay here while the rest of the Jewish people who helped you conquer this area, you're going to abandon them to go into the land of Israel and drive out the wicked Canaanites? No, they say, fine, we'll make a deal, we'll go as well. Eventually they come to an agreement that they will go with the rest of the tribes, in fact in the front lines, to fight and reclaim the land of Israel. And when they come back, they will take their portion on the eastern side of the Jordan. And then the tribes end off seemingly wanting to have the last word, that they say, yes, we will cross over whilst this land is ours. And the Sephorno points out that they were not simply summarizing and coming back to where we were before, but they were in fact changing the deal. They were saying, Moshe, you proposed that first we conquer the land of Israel and then we take our portion on the eastern side. No, we are taking our portion on the eastern side now, and we're committing to still go across. And in the end, says the Sephorno, Moshe didn't argue with them. He gave up arguing. They accepted that and moved on. But they had such a sense, such a desire to make sure that they got what they wanted, that they protected their own interests, that in fact they only went with the rest of the Jewish people on that basis. There's something that gets lost out over here. And in life, and especially when it comes to doing things that are good for others, and yet we also need to protect our own interests, it can be such a tricky line to draw. We are not obligated to, and we should not sacrifice ourselves on the altars of helping other people. We should not act in such a way that leaves us worn out, drained, manipulated, taken advantage of, crushed. God forbid, that is not the correct way. We should have a healthy sense of self-interest and self-preservation, that I want to make sure that I'm okay. At the same time, that sense of making sure that I'm okay should not come at the cost of the altruism, of the bigger picture, of the sense of love and giving that should really be at the forefront. So ultimately, the prime factor, the motivator should be, what is good for Hashem? What is good for others? What does Hashem want from me? What is my meaning in life? What is my purpose in the world? Within that, we then need to draw the parameters. How can I do this without getting taken advantage of or burned out? But that balance should not be shifted, as unfortunately the tribes of Reuven and Gad did. Shabbat Shalom.